Welcome back to the next video. So, introduce you to the crew. This is Dieter. He's
Ja,
my
bitte?
watch officer.
Meine Frau klagt darüber, dass sich die Kinder wie Lausebengel benehmen. Ich bin stolz auf sie. Sie kommen ganz nach ihrem Vater. Ja, bitte?
Rightio. Now we have a look around here. Now we just make sure that we do in fact have the deck gun. Yes, we do. Very good.
Schiff in Sicht, Kurs 7-4.
Now what I'm going to do with him is I'm
Ja,
going to
bitte?
tell him to stop reporting contacts for 20 minutes. There's no need for you to do that at the moment. We're in a safe port. Okay, now this is the attack periscope here. This is where the captain would be sitting during an attack at periscope depth. Then we go down. This is the control room, the central control room. We have Emil,
Erwarte Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloy.
our navigator. We have our first watch officer,
Ja, bitte, Herr Kaloy?
or executive officer, Eric. We have Joseph, our chief engineer. How's the wife?
Greta geht es besser. Sie ist aber noch bettlägerig. Meine Eltern sind jetzt bei ihr. Ich kann ohnehin nicht viel für sie tun.
Bedridden.
Ja, bitte?
Nothing more to say there, really. Through here we have got
Ja,
Wolfram.
bitte, Herr Kaloy? Es
How's
geht
your
Ihnen gut, Herr
brother?
Leutnant. Herr Kaloy, er fühlt sich sehr geehrt, auf so einem herausragenden Schiff dienen zu dürfen. Sind Sie, Herr Kaloy? Besonders Mutter. Ja, bitte, Herr Kaloy?
Nothing more to say. So we're just increasing
Ja,
some of
bitte,
their
Herr Kaloy.
morale at the moment.
Mir geht's gut, Herr Kaloy. Keine
No one's picking on you. Good.
Ich sage es Ihnen.
Nothing more to say. This is Benno, our hydrophone operator. Through there we have Kurt, the torpedo man. And then we wander through here. Here we have Herbert,
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
the bosun. He keeps the crew in check.
Möchten Sie mal den Eintopf probieren, Herr
Here we have
Kaloy?
Olaf, the cook.
Ja, bitte, Herr Kaloy.
Here we have Willie, the motor officer, looks after our engines. And there's no one down here to talk to in the aft section of the boat. So let's just make sure that we've got all of the... Yep, there's our map. Torpedo, good. I just wanted to double check that. So, through here, crew quarters. If we go to the map, this is where we are here in Memel, Ostsee, and this is our theatre of operations. The time is 8 o'clock in the morning, GMT, or 9 o'clock local time. So, the first thing that we want to do is we want to leave harbour. So I always like to go up the top here when we do this. Now, you'll see up here the automation option. We have the option to do harbour pilot. We know we're in Memel, so we select L to Z, Memel harbour. We move that across into the activated scripts. We click that, and we press play. This will start the boat. And automatically take us out of the U-boat pen and get us on our way. So here goes U87 on her maiden voyage. let's just check to see, did we get our conning tower emblem? Looks like we did. There we have the Talon on the front of the conning tower.
Neuer Kurs 223 Grad.
And there she goes. Now it's only at this point that we have the automatic navigation
Neuer Kurs
working.
225 Grad.
It's only here that we have the automatic navigation working as we pilot our way out. We could do this manually, of course, but at this point, particularly now, as we're getting familiar with the boat and walking around and checking all of the systems.
Neuer Kurs 226 Grad. Fahrt beträgt 7 Knoten. Neuer Kurs 298 Grad.
That I'm quite happy to simply have it taken care of by my crew. There we go. They control the speed as well as the rudder, which we can access and see what the rudder is doing here. So now we're coming hard to starboard as we're moving to a northerly direction. While we're here, I'll show you a few things. There is the map. The map can be accessed from anywhere, but I like to go downstairs to where the map is itself. And look at it, because that's what the captain would have to do. Here we have the first celestial navigation point, navigation 1C, so we're probably about here now.
Neuer Kurs 316 Grad.
Now, what I am going to do is I am going to activate the real navigation automation. What this does is it gives us positions on patrol every 2 hours, and 5 times a day there is a celestial fix using the stars. The other fixes are Dead Reckoning, which is simply calculating the position based on time that's passed and speed and heading. So it's a little bit less accurate. The important thing is, as you'll see here, it says that to start the script between this and this hour local time. So if it's between 4 AM and 8 AM, we select this one between 8 to 12, that one 12 to 4, 4 to 8, and so on. As the local time is 9:08 local nautical time, we select this option here because 9 o'clock AM is between 8 AM and 12. We move this across to here. We activate the script. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the navigator to also take a celestial reading now. And once he's got that, we should all be good to go and be getting regular updates on our position thanks to our navigator. When he does the celestial navigation, it takes about 30 minutes or so for him to get a
Neuer Kurs
position.
324 Grad. Neuer Kurs 323 Grad.
It takes him about 30 minutes to get a position because he would have to do calculations based on the position of the stars and or the sun. So here we go. We're on our way. So that's the map. We also have crew management. We can look, there's me. We also have crew, where we can look and we can read up a little bit about them. And we can also upgrade their abilities as long as we earn some promotion points, which come through doing the patrols and sinking ships. So we have Soundman, Radio Man, Gunner, Watch Officer, Executive Officer, Torpedo Man, Bosun Cook, Navigator, Motor Officer, Chief Engineer. Of course, the real U-boat would have a crew of some 40 or 50 men, but here we only really represent the officers and those who had specific roles as opposed to all of the crew. Here we can go to the subsystems and we can see the situation, how much air we have, carbon dioxide level, which of course would go up when you're sunk, when you're under sunk, but submerged, battery level, the battery would be used underwater. Fuel would be used in the diesel engines above. Flooding, hull integrity, so on. So we can look at the damage if we get attacked. Or we have anything go awry. Torpedoes, we've got them all in the right position as per historical accuracy. This symbol up here, shallow waters, so if we go down here, this button here gives us depth under keel. We can see how deep the water is. So we do a sounding.
Tiefe unter Kiel beträgt 13 Meter, Herr Kaloin.
And as you can see here, it's only 13 meters deep.
Neuer Kurs 3, 2, 6 Grad. Neuer Kurs 3, 1, 5 Grad.
Over here we have Captain's Log, which shows us our objectives, events, statistics. At the moment everything's on 0 because we haven't done anything yet. Over here we have the ship's journal. All of these reports here are getting catalogued over here. Over here we have a series of maps and charts such as flags of nations, harbour charts, so you can use that if you're leaving manually. There's not one for Memel. Nautical, triangles, minefield maps, grid maps showing shipping lanes, grid tool for when we're on the map and we want to get a position, shipping, other charts and tables, ship recognition. So to show you how we do the grid tool while we're just puttering along here, let's go back downstairs to the map. The Kriegsmarine had a grid map system which was overlaid on the map of the world, as you can see here. And here we are in grid location quadrant A093. That's AO, the letter O for Oscar, AO94, AO95, AO9, what have you, and AO93. And you can see our position is essentially here. But we can be more accurate with that. And the way that they had their grid system was you would bring up the grid tool, you place that on the grid here. We can no, we can't zoom in anymore. And then here you grab it in the corner and you can stretch it and bend it, and it goes like this.
Neuer Kurs 3, 1, 5 Grad.
Now we have larger grids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then within each of those we have 9 again. So our position, based on the grid system, here is A093 9, because we're in this lower one here. Oof. And it's either 1 or a 4. It's right on the line. Let's stretch this so it's a bit more accurately in the actual square. If we do it that way, it falls within the 1. So our position is A09391. And we could even go even further. We could say A09391 lower middle, because we're sort of the lower middle half of that one. If we were down there, it would be lower right, lower left, upper right, upper middle.
Neuer Kurs 3, 1, 4 Grad.
So they would have their position based on that. If we were over here, for example, it would be A09351. If we were here, it would be A09359, and so on. The reason why it's stretchable is because some of the grids are different shape. Up here you can see they're much more rectangular rather than square. So we take this, and in this case you would stretch it like so. So if you were over here, for example, it would be AF7976. So this is what would go into, for example, their Kriegstagebuch, the war diary, when they were giving positions in that as a quick and easy way. And they would also use this grid system when relaying their position. So, Let's see how we're going upstairs. And here we have it. Pottering along, making our way out of the harbour. So, this will conclude this video. I'll cut back once we start.
3, 1, 4 Grad.
Once we're out of the harbour and about to make our way to the patrol quadrant. Thanks for watching.